First of all, I just want to thank you guys all for coming. We're extremely excited for the season. We're about 7 practices in. They've been going well. We're a young team, so we've kind of been taking things a little bit slower, trying to get all the basics in and make sure we're brushed up on all the fundamental things and mechanics. But it's going to be an exciting year. We have, every player on the roster has an opportunity to play and get minutes. We have a challenging schedule. We play Akron and Penn State and several other very good teams. Obviously, our conference is going to be tough as usual. Green Bay's pretty much reloaded again, and Wright State has got some transfers that are eligible this year, and Oakland's really stepped up, and with Northern Kentucky coming to the league, they've had a great program over the years, so it should be an exciting time. One of our home games, Tennessee State, is a team from the South that the fans don't usually get to see, so that'll be a fun game also. But the biggest thing is we're going to work hard, and we're going to put a great team on the floor, and should be very fun to watch. So I'll open it up to questions.
How do you address your front court and your top two guards?
That's a great question. Losing Heidi and Tish will be a challenge to replace them. But obviously you can see we came in with some size this year. I think Sarah Cash and Morgan Olson, returners in the front court, will do a great job filling those shoes. We're going to try to collectively, as a team, from the perimeter to the post play to kind of fill their spot. But Sarah Cash and Morgan Olson both shot a higher percentage from the field than Heidi and Tish last year, so we're hoping that continues this year.
Not just from points and rebounds with Heidi and Tish, but from a leadership standpoint, I mean, you lose a significant member of this program. Who would you like to see, or who do you kind of hope takes the reins and kind of fills that void, considering you got such young girls out there?
That was a huge part. You go from great leadership with Heidi and Tish to now you only have 1 senior and 2 juniors, so an extremely young team. But everyone has kind of picked up their leadership role and their work ethic, and again, we're doing it collectively. We've had a few people step up in terms of their vocal leadership and organizations and things like that. But it's still in the works to see who might ultimately be, the biggest vocal leader for us.
You get a lot of rotation in, John. You mix and match, during practices to try to find that right combination.
We're just getting into that. We really haven't done a lot of 5-on-5 or up and down just yet. It's been a lot of drill work, a lot of defensive drill work. But I have been, when we did get into the 5-on-5, I've put in different lineups and just see how they react with each other and what they do.
What would be the skill or physical strengths of this team, do you think?
I think our toughness from top to bottom is going to be a big strength of ours. I think, how hard we play. I think practices have been going really well in terms of the effort. Sometimes you have to, as a coach, work to get the effort, and I haven't had to do that much this year, which has been nice. The overall, a lot of players that can play and score points instead of having, Heidi Schlegel at 18, 19 points a game, and then everyone else maybe not even in double figures. We're hoping we can have 4 or 5 players in the 12, 13 point range, which will be much harder to guard.
By contrast, as you look at your schedule, what are some of the things that maybe this team, other than experience, lacks that you're going to have to make up for?
You kind of nailed it on the head. Experience is the biggest thing, but. I would say our front court is going to be our biggest, our biggest challenge, because it's just an unknown right now. Sarah got some time last year and played well, and Morgan got some time last year and played well, and then we have Marissa Brown, a freshman, who's got great size and ability, but again hasn't had any time, and Jill Blackston. great size, and she can kind of play inside and out. So all of those things we're going to try to, who plays the best and who does the best when they're in there, and they'll get the minutes. I think Janae is going to surprise some people. She's another year out of her ACL, and had a great summer and been playing very well this fall. So, but she can go inside also. So she might get some minutes down there.
From your experience in this league, what do you need to be successful? Can you be successful with a really talented, group of guards, or do you need that inside presence in order?
It is kind of a guard-dominated league. I think Wright State this year will kind of prove otherwise, because they have a very good foreign post player who was kind of getting adjusted to the game last year and had some injuries, but she is going to be a very dominant force this year. I think she's 6'4", 6'5", and very talented. So that's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the league reacts to someone with that kind of size. Green Bay got a transfer, the player of the year from the Summit League, as a graduate transfer who's able to play right away. So if she was the player of the year in another Division I conference, she's going to be very good, and she's the 5. I think she's more of a mobile 5, maybe more inside-outside type than just flat out, on the block. I don't know her that well, but it's going to be fun. It's a talented league, great teams, and we're just trying to step up our game and be able to compete with a young team.
Coach, you have 7 Ohioans on the team, 4 of them will be becoming freshmen. How important is it to get more of the local connections?
Well, we love to take local players if we can. I mean, we have people telling us about local players all the time. They just have to be able to play and help us, raise our level and win games. That's the bottom line. So we'll take all the local players we can as long as they help us win a championship. So we've been able to draw some local players, and like Melinda Trimmer was the Division II co-player of the year in Ohio, and I think she has a great chance to see some time this year and make an impact. And several other players that have been here, Sarah Cash and Nikki Arbanis, and and so on. So it's exciting, but you still have to be able to win with them.
What type of progress have you seen from your young players in the backcourt, early on?
I think we had a great summer. The freshmen come in the end of June, so they had a couple months or a month and a half before school actually started to get used to the strength and conditioning and our offense and some of the defensive things we like to do. And we talk a lot about getting better every day, improving every day, and they're really taking that to heart and doing that. So it's exciting to see.